All right, so today we're going deep on Quincy Jones.
Yeah, Quincy Jones.
And not just like, his hits and stuff,
Right, exactly.
but really like getting into like his whole career,
His career?
his impact, his activism,
It's a big one.
it's a really big one.
Lots to cover.
Yeah, and we've got some great excerpts here that we're going to be pulling from,
Yeah.
that cover a lot of ground from his achievements also
Categorically.
to, his artistic influence and how he's been,
Activism, yeah.
yeah, exactly, dedicated to social causes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's fascinating how much his impact goes, way beyond the music.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, and it's like, you've got The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, right?
Right.
Which he was producing in the 90s.
Yeah, a cultural phenomenon for sure.
Huge,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But then, like, more recently, in the last, few years, it's Quest TV.
Yeah.
It's a global streaming service for, like, music documentaries
Yeah.
and even his own video podcast.
Really interesting.
And it's like,
He stays current.
yeah, he does.
He adapts.
It's not just like a moment in time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's been relevant for decades.
Decades, yeah. And evolved with, all these different,
Every new wave of entertainment.
yeah.
It's incredible.
It is.
Yeah.
And that takes, real understanding of like the creative landscape, right?
Absolutely.
You don't stay relevant that long by accident.
No, you don't. And what I find so interesting about him is that he seems to really embrace, new technology
Yes.
and new
And
mediums.
it's all over it.
Yeah, it's like he's always pushing the boundaries
Pushing the boundary.
of how we experience and consume music and art.
Absolutely. And speaking of pushing boundaries,
Yes.
we've got to talk about like
Genre bending.
genre
right.
bending, right? It's not just like, oh, he dabbled in this or that.
No.
We're talking jazz,
Jazz.
pop, R&B,
Art.
film scoring.
Yeah, film scoring.
It goes on. The list goes on and on.
But it's not just participating, No, it's not just participating. He actually left a distinct mark on each of these genres.
Yeah.
You think about his jazz, it's the innovative arrangements, the
Yeah.
collaborations.
Collaboration.
In pop, he brought a sophistication and a musical depth that was often missing.
Yeah.
And then you have Thriller.
Come on.
Okay, look, come on.
Thriller.
He broke down walls.
Broke down walls.
Redefine what a pop album could be.
Yeah, and the best-selling album of all time.
It's unbelievable.
That's no small feat.
It's not a small feat.
I mean, but you know what I find really inspiring about him
What's that?
is his dedication to social change.
Oh, yeah.
The Quincy Jones Listen Up Foundation.
Right.
Using music education.
To empower underserved youth.
Yeah, and then his involvement with WAF,
Whoa.
providing clean water and sanitation.
Right, in developing countries.
Yeah, it's like he's really committed to using his influence for good.
He's using his platform to make a real difference in the world, and I think his advocacy for a U.S. Department of Arts and Culture
Really highlights that commitment,
Yeah.
He's not content with just creating art. He wants to create an environment where art can thrive
Yes.
and where everyone can access, its power.
Its power.
It speaks volumes about his belief in the importance of art
For society.
for society as a whole.
For everybody.
Yeah.
And I think for anyone listening who maybe only knows him for his music,
Right.
I hope this is kind of
Revealed a different side.
revealed a different side of Quincy Jones.
Yeah. I think the big takeaway here is that his impact goes way beyond the music industry.
Yeah.
He's a cultural icon who uses his platform to advocate for social change and artistic expression.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
So here's a question for you to think about.
Okay.
How has Quincy Jones, through this amazing multifaceted career,
Yeah.
inspired other artists
Right.
to use their platform for good?
Good question.
Yeah, it's something to think about
It is.
as you explore,
His work.
his work and everything he's done.
Mm-hmm.
It's absolutely
So much more to discover
there is
than we could ever cover here.
we could ever cover.
But hopefully this gives you a good starting point.
Yeah, a good jumping off point for
Yeah.
sure.
All right. That's our deep dive on Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for joining us.